Hi, welcome to the second part of the introduction to my loft railway. And that's the pub, and I made these little picnic bench things out of matchsticks. But that's the street scene. I was really impressed with the Belisha beacons. The only thing is, this bit keeps coming unstuck. But I also need to put some kind of walling or fencing around there to section it off from the railway line. But yeah, and just putting a light in a few of the buildings inside, I think I did a better effect than no lights at all, or just some lights. So yeah, I was really impressed with the result of that. So those people have been crossing for a long time. This is going to be some kind of industrial place, but that's still, I keep changing my mind on that, so I'm not really sure. And this is the through station. So we've got here these two inner roads, I suppose, lines. One goes up over the top round the back there. These are mainly freight only, and these two freight only lines will be serviced from that maintenance depot, or that's the refueling point. So those two inner lines are freight only. The two outer ones that go to that station, they're serviced from that main maintenance depot. So your passenger locomotives are based in there, I guess, and the freight ones are based in there. So I've got little bits of all sorts, really. Some graffiti that I can't wait to do something with those. I've had those a couple of years. It's a bit like a lot of things, really. I've had a lot of these things for a couple of years. My ideas keep changing, but they'll all get used. Yeah, so that's the through station. This has got lights on as well. Let's have a look. Wow. Here's oh yeah. Oh, can't plug it in just yet because it's sharing the socket with. It's a bit of a electrician's nightmare up here. But anyway, there's lights inside the building and these lights on the station, although I think I'm going to change them as well because they're sort of street lights. The effect is good, but not very realistic. Yeah, and there's all this just out of plasterboard. As I say, it was this was different. I've just kind of again just changed it. I thought it was more realistic with plasterboard, and I can put some hills and make a little viaduct on top of it, but again it needs finishing. So this is the most awkward part to get to on the layout, so it seems to be the one that it needs the most work doing on it because it's just awkward to get at. So even the back scene needs finishing. So yeah, so around here, and oh, I picked that up from IKEA, and it's like a shoe rack. You can put your shoes in it, but I had boxes and boxes of all sorts that I've been collecting over the years, and they were just spilling out everywhere. And when I saw it, I thought, I know what I can do with that. So they're all sort of neatly put together now, and all in one place. So I don't have to have everything out at the same time. I can just choose what I want to have out, get them out of the box and run them. So again, I was quite impressed with the outcome of that. Never done anything like that before. Some scenery, some hills, mountains, and some dry stone wall across the top. Made all the trees myself. The church and the house, they're the resin type ones. And those rock faces. I've made those out of the moulds that you can buy. And again, the back scene and the viaduct. The viaduct is a Metcalf kit, which I was quite impressed with that. So straight from here, which is the main freight locomotive depot, and a couple of old Type 4s, really quite old. I don't know what I'm going to do. This one, I've had this one since I was about 13. I'm 47 now, and when this layout was analogue, it actually did still run. But as I say, I think when I was about 15, 16, I painted the roof myself. So, but that's an old Hornby one, and even that head guard there is, I think that's made out of balsa wood. But the things you do when you're a kid. Got a Freightliner terminal that comes in here straight off the depot, and that's just to keep the dust off it. But that's the Elgin Freightliner container terminal. What I found is that the boards that you get with them, the bases, it's these two. You just get two, and it basically just covers that little bit there, and it's not really realistic. I've not been able to get any more to add on. You can buy them. I think they're about £25 each. So what I did is, you can just make them. So I did that. So I just extended it a little bit, and it can be finished off with ballasting, or you could build it up a little bit more. But it serves the purpose. And that's a box there with some other rocks in, but it goes straight out the other way underneath that bridge. So, but yeah, just need to make sure that's out of the way. We've got some sidings, 3 sidings that go along that way. Again, it's said all this in, apart from those 2 outer lines there are the passenger. All these others are freight, all dedicated to freight. So that's the old box. So I purchased an APT about a month and a half ago, and that's been modified at the moment to take DCC. It's going to have new motors in it as well. So I think that's it really. That's like a bit of a tour around the layout that I've got in the loft.